It's currently Thursday, and I debated not making a video this week. It's been a really rough week. A lot has happened, and this morning I found out my great uncle, my dad's uncle, whatever, passed away. But, you know, I call this channel Real Reagan because I don't want to hide this stuff. Like, so many people on here are fake and just post the good stuff. This is not good. I've been crying in my room for a while now. I went up to use the bathroom because I had to use the bathroom. I just started crying again. That's real life. There's no hiding that. It's how life works. You're going to go through death in your life, and sadly, there's nothing we can do about it. So, anyways, a lot of our plans got corrupted today because of this. I was supposed to go mow because I was going to vlog today, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to vlog, you know, I'll be happy, you know, a lot's been going on, so I might as well just vlog. But today I had a lot of plans. I was going to go mow our friend's yard because they're out of town, and I think I was going to see Kira today. I don't know. I don't really remember. But since obviously my uncle, I'm just going to call him my uncle because that's basically what he was. He passed away. So my parents got some groceries for his wife. And so they're going to pretty much, I'm guessing, spend the day with her, it sounds like. Because, you know, she just received one of the greatest losses she could experience. Next to her kids, I guess. And so they're going to be down there, which leaves me in charge. But I want to talk about something, since clearly I've been upset. Here's my advice. If you are someone like me, the oldest child or whatever, it's normally an older child thing. But today, let me tell you how my day went. Let me tell you. I woke up this morning to a text on my phone that was like, hey, for a life group. I'm in this life group. You know, I'm gonna turn on some lights. And it was like, hey, you know, we're gonna serve, like, we're gonna do our first serving thing. Like, we haven't served together yet. We're gonna get to see each other. I'm super excited. It's gonna be July 8th. I become homeless July 7th because this house we no longer own July 7th. So we're going to be couch surfing till we move, pretty much the whole month of July. So I was like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. Like, I'm so mad. Like, I want to do this so much. But when I go downstairs, in 10 minutes, I have a meeting with my brand new principal. So I can't cry about this as much as I want to, because I love serving. Serving makes me happy. Serving, you know, is my favorite thing to do, my favorite way to serve God, and I can't do it. So I was very upset. And so that stunk, but I kept it together, and I got downstairs, and I looked out the window, I was like, where's Dad's car? And then I realized I didn't know where Salvador was either, my little brother. And she's like, oh, well, they're at Costco. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, Uncle Bob passed away. They went to go get groceries for Tony. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then we went on with our day. Well, not really with our day, because it's only 12:34 and this meeting was at 11. So I was like, okay. And I didn't really know how to react, because if I started crying then, the meeting would be a mess. But I didn't know what to do. So I was like, she's like, well, where's your Chromebook? I was like, well, I told you we can't use my Chromebook. She's like, okay, we'll go get Salva's. So I went and got Salva's, and then we set it up and we did the meeting. And I was kind of quiet during the meeting. I also really didn't know what to say, because, you know, a lot of my questions that I had originally have been answered by my friends who are in the high school there. And so I didn't have too many questions, so I was kind of quiet. And then after that, I had to eat breakfast. So I ate breakfast, you know, and my parents were like, you know, today's gonna be different. Like, we can't do any of the things we originally planned. Like, I don't know how long we'll be gone, and it sounds like my dad's gonna have to get called into work. And so they're like, Reagan, you're gonna be in charge. Like, Gracie likes these food because she just got braces. She likes these food. She can take this much medicine at these times. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go upstairs really quick. Or like, I'm just gonna go upstairs. And they're like, okay. And I come upstairs and I just bawl my eyes out. I finally had a chance to cry, and I did. And I texted Angie, my youth leader, and I was like, hey, I don't think we can meet. I said I don't want to meet today. And she didn't respond right away. She recently just went through a death as well on Monday. And she's like, okay, but why? Are you all right? I was like, no, I'm not. And I explained to her, I'm like, I don't like the fact that I have to hide my tears from everybody in this world. Not this world, but even just my family. I have to hide it from them. I have to be the strong one. I'm the oldest. That's how it works, I guess. You know, I suddenly have to be in charge of everybody. I have to act like everything's okay. And I don't understand why my parents also aren't just like, okay, well, you know, a little more supportive. Like, not supportive, but like, be like, hey, since he just passed away, we're going to reschedule our meeting. They didn't do that. I still had to go through with that meeting, and I think that's dumb. I would not have done the same thing for my kids, but still. Or even just told me afterwards. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. And so then I'm up here crying, and I'm texting Angie. I'm like, I just don't like that I have to hide it. Like, I just don't like it. She's like, you don't have to. You're 13. I was like, you don't understand. I do. I really do. And so my mom's yelling at me, basically, like, you need to get your stuff out the car, come on. Because we went camping over the weekend, and they have to take the groceries down to Tony's. So she's like, you need to get your stuff out of the car. She's, like, yelling at me. I'm like, I'm trying to, like, be upset for once this week. Like, why can't I? And so I go, and I make sure she doesn't see my face, because it was worse than this. And I go, and I get my stuff out, and I go to get my stuff, and I'm upset, and I'm just trying not to let her see it, and I'm getting upset again. And I don't want her to see that I'm upset, because I'm not supposed to be upset. I'm the oldest, that's how it works. And so I get my stuff, and I come upstairs, and I think I'm done. I'm like, I'm gonna unpack upstairs, and she's like, okay. And of course, I just kind of get upset again, and I'm texting Angie again, and she knocks on my door, and she's like, and she comes in, and I'm like, hello? And she's like, hey, you know, so I told them all that they can text me and stuff, and I kind of turned my face over. I was trying not to, but I also didn't want to be rude. And she's saying that, you know, they can text me, and if they run out of Wi-Fi to let me know, and stuff like that. And she's like, are you crying? I was like, yeah, I have been. Like, Bob just passed away. Like, do you expect me to just hold it together this whole time? I didn't say all that. I was just like, yeah. She comes over and she kind of hugs me, and I start crying again. And surprisingly, I'm surprised she just, like, kind of stood there and comforted me, when honestly I didn't really want her to. I wanted to be alone. But she, like, I was like, I'm tired, I just want to sleep. And so she's like, okay, and she kind of rubs my back, and she's like, oh, we're gonna leave, and I said, okay. I stayed in my room, and I tried to text Angie about happier things, like, I'm starting a small group, and we all feel uncomfortable praying over camera, so we all turn off our cameras when we pray. So I had a picture of that, and I was like, praying in 2020 be like, and I was just trying to lift my spirits, and then that's when I left to go use the bathroom and started crying again. And it's been a really trash day. Luckily, it sounds like I might be able to serve with my life group. It sounds like we're gonna figure out a plan, but it's been a heck of a day. I don't like it. Like, I do not like this at all. I don't know. I understand why they had to leave this morning, and I understand all of that, but I just wish they didn't. I'd rather just all be home today, and I don't like being home alone that much. It kind of scares me, so knowing I'm shooken up. Like, death is one of my biggest fears, and I don't like it. I don't like death. And so to have to go through this is really, really hard. And then to be alone all day. I just don't know what to do. I want to talk to Angie today, but I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm in the right headspace for that. I texted her, I think it was Sunday night, and I was going through it because Saturday night they thought he was gonna die. So Sunday night, I was in the middle of the woods camping. So Sunday night I was texting her and I was just so scared. I'm not depressed or anything, but sometimes the devil does speak to me and tells me, hey, kill yourself, it'll all be over. And those are the worst thoughts that anybody could ever have, and I don't like to talk about that. I don't tell... Oh, Dairy Queen is sending me notifications. I don't like talking about that. I don't really tell people about that, but finally over the phone I was crying. I was texting Angie, like, I miss everybody. I want this bull crap to be over. Like, I need my church people. Like, I don't necessarily just go to church because that's what God tells me to do, because you don't have to go to church. I go to church mainly because I know I'm surrounded by people who love and care about me no matter what. And sometimes, because there's 3 siblings and only 2 parents, sometimes you don't always get that at home. And so I love going to church because I'm surrounded by them. And I haven't gotten that. This school year, the rest of it was absolute trash. And, like, I know that's, like, not the best way to describe it, but I was dealing with stress and anxiety every day. And that was when the devil was coming into my head. Like, just kill yourself. You don't have to do any more school if you kill yourself. Like, that's not how that works, though. And, you know, I was dealing with all this, and I couldn't go to church and talk to anybody about it. And I couldn't get the daily reminder in church that God's with me and stuff like that. I couldn't get that. I wasn't getting that. Because for a while I wasn't getting any church because nobody knew what to do. And so it was awful. It was awful. Crying myself to sleep every night, dealing with all this stress and anxiety, and not having anyone to fall back on. Even if I didn't tell people at church what I was going through, I still have that comfort of them with me, and I do not have that right now. And that has been one of the hardest things, and now to have to go through this death, and I have to do with more stuff just piling up, it's unbearable. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm over this. I really am over this. I want this to be over. But I can't. I can't control it. I'm doing what I can. My family, we're taking our necessary precautions. But that doesn't stop it from everyone. And Corona will never go away. It will never go away. But we'll just be able to handle it better. And I know churches are supposed to open. I know Donald Trump came out and said that you better open up churches. Like, you're opening up churches. Now, just because he says that doesn't mean we can all go back to church. It just means churches have to be open and figure out how they're going to do it. So our pastor should be coming out with something. Sorry. Our pastor should be coming out with something soon that we'll be able to go back. But we have a pretty large youth group, so I doubt we're going to be able to do that anytime soon. But I was really upset. I miss church. It's been a rough day. And it's only 12:45. And honestly, I've only been up for 2 hours, so I don't really know where that came from. I guess 2 hours and 45 minutes. Basically, I've only been up for 3 hours and all this crap has happened. Okay. Bye, guys.